Okay, I feel like I need to talk about this because there's a lot of debate surrounding the topic of audio gear, and I want to shed some light on the subject, especially for the new people who are considering getting into streaming and want to make YouTube videos. Hello, my name is Tenshin Necroprancer, your new best friend forever. Just let it happen. I do YouTube and also stream my ass getting absolutely obliterated at video games over on Twitch.
We've gotten to the point where it's kind of impossible for me to die.
Man, choosing microphones is hard. There's so many, and thinking about which one I should get just makes my brain turn into tomato soup. I think I'll just ask the community what I should get. You tell yourself, and you make a post being like, what microphone should I get? And you end up with a few people being like, bro, get the AT2020, and someone else chimes in saying, nah, get the Blue Yeti, it's the best way to go. And then there's the one guy who's like, XLR is the only way to go, all USB microphones are trash. It's okay, shush, it's okay. Don't listen to those guys. Listen to me, because I'm about to beat you all over the head with the reality stick, okay? Number one, what works for other people might not be the best for you. I would highly advise against getting a microphone just because it's the one your favorite streamer uses, because their setup could be vastly different from yours. Two, do your research and figure out what you want out of a microphone, and then go from there. And three, your audience doesn't care what your equipment is so long as your audio is listenable. And this is especially true for VTubers whose audience aren't even going to see their gear most of the time anyway. Don't know where to start? Well, don't worry, because I got you covered. Let's look at some attributes to consider when buying a microphone. And I'm going to make this super simple. Number one, price. This should be a no-brainer. Picking a microphone that fits within your budget is super important. This should make choosing considerably easier. Don't get a $500 broadcast microphone if you think it's too expensive. There's quality microphones at every price point. Don't be afraid to explore options that fit within your budget. 2. USB versus XLR. Despite what some sweaty audio nerds might tell you, USB microphones are a totally valid option when it comes to content creation, especially if you're just gonna be streaming on Twitch and making YouTube videos. The benefit of USB mics is that they're very convenient. Just plug them into your computer and start talking. No fuss, no audio interface, no worries. Some even have some pretty neat features built into them, like gain sliders and polar pattern switches, and there are even ones that have their own software, and that's super nice. However, it comes at the cost of overall sound quality. In most cases, a USB microphone is gonna sound perfectly fine, and there's plenty of USB microphones out there that sound pretty damn good. But the benefit of running an XLR over a USB is that, in general, XLR mics sound better. Though, you can't just plug an XLR microphone into a computer and have it work. You have to get an audio interface, which is an additional purchase and comes with its own share of attributes to consider when buying one. It's up to you to figure out which one you prefer. Do you prefer convenience, or do you prefer sound quality? All in all, both options are going to sound better than a gaming headset mic, so yeah! Number 3, condenser versus dynamic. There's also shotgun microphones and ribbon microphones, but for simplicity's sake, we're not gonna talk about those. Okay, so there's like 2 main types of microphones outside of a USB versus XLR, and they're called dynamic and condensers. Really simple terms. A dynamic mic, such as the ever-famous Shure SM7B, is really good at rejecting room sounds, but they may seem quieter and require that they be really close to your face when talking to get the most out of them, because they're not very sensitive. They also may require more gain to sound loud enough on stream and in recordings. A condenser, such as the Audio-Technica AT2020, is very sensitive and sounds best when it's a little bit away from your face, and is also usually able to capture more high-end details that make it really crisp sounding, though they pick up a lot more room noise, so if your room is big and echoey or untreated, it's gonna pick up that sound, whereas a dynamic microphone won't pick up as much of those sounds. Condensers can also pick up the sounds of your keyboard when you're typing, and even the sounds your lips make when you talk, like the actual sound of your lips moving. They are quite sensitive. A condenser also usually requires something called phantom power in order to operate, so if you can't power it, maybe consider getting a dynamic microphone instead if you're planning on going the XLR route. Okay, side note on this topic. USB microphones can be dynamic or condensers, but due to their plug-and-play nature, if you get a condenser USB microphone, you shouldn't have to worry about phantom power. Phantom power is something that mainly applies to XLR condenser microphones. Number 4, actual sound quality. If you're going to pick a microphone, you should make sure that you actually like how it sounds. This is why doing your research is so important, because it can give you an idea of how it might make your voice sound on a stream. A low masculine voice may prefer a warm sounding microphone, and a high feminine voice might prefer a brighter sounding mic. This part art is all subjective, and at the end of the day, pick a microphone that has a sound signature that you personally like. Not sure how to do research? Don't worry, here's a couple of YouTube channels that I recommend to help you get started. Podcastage, literally his whole channel is just talking about microphones, and the other one is Senpai Gaming. He makes great videos where he talks about live streaming gear, including microphones. This dude knows what he's talking about. I hope this helps shed some light on how to choose your audio gear. I'm Tenshin Necroprancer. I'll see you around. Maybe. I don't fucking know, do whatever the hell you want. I'm gonna go eat some dino nuggies. Peace out, you beautiful bastards. Also, insert obligatory Apple EarPods microphone mention. Okay, bye.